that it's just finished its devotional period, and it's in a reassessment of where the Muslims are. And he views this as a potential power in terms of literally a transformative power. Now, what I would just like to say in finishing all of this off is that in terms where we are as Muslims in relation to this big picture is that we are living in a time literally where the vast majority of people have manufactured ideas. They have manufactured perceptions. People are literally their own internal experience of reality they have been deprived of. In the United States, which is probably more serious than Europe, I mean, there's more activity here. The American people are almost brain dead in terms of the ability to critically think, to critically view what's taking place. They regurgitate the ideas that are given to them through the mass media. There's almost no analyses of what's going on in the United States and in the rest of the world. The few intellectuals that speak out are either very arcane, abstruse, they don't have, they're unable to connect with the masses of people and are left to conferences of limited amounts of people, the framework of the dominant culture. In other words, it does not question basic assumptions of the dominant culture. And this is one of the most effective techniques of this culture, is that it allows for debate to take place, but yet it delineates and demarcates the boundaries of the discourse. And you are not allowed to step outside of those boundaries, for instance, and break polarization. They love to set up polarization. You're either a capitalist or a communist. There's no that's it. They set the dialectic, and then you are allowed to debate within the dialectic that they've already set. They have not allowed Islam into the discourse. I mean, it's very clear. They do not allow Islam into the discourse. I find it fascinating that Hajj, which is the greatest gathering in the entire world, collective gathering of human beings that takes place yearly, and yet in the United States it is never aired on the news. It's never aired on the news. They'll mention it in a very short thing, or the beginning of Ramadan. They do not actually show the Kaaba. They don't show people circling the Kaaba. Just the visual picture of that is a very powerful experience for many people. When people actually see the Kaaba and see this circumambulation of the Kaaba, they're overwhelmed. Non-Muslims, when they see it, it's very powerful. And yet despite that, they do not air it. They don't show it. And so there is concerted effort not to present the Muslim image. Another thing that they love to do is to take extremist positions within the Islamic Ummah and literally blow them up, give full programs dedicated to looking at this, what they term quote-unquote fundamentalist type, fanatical, extremist. The angrier the better. They prefer very angry, vociferous people that are going to be shouting in the face of the camera and throwing out all of this anger and wrath. I mean, this is very effective in terms of presenting the Muslims as these kind of irrational. I mean, the Salman Rushdie case is a good example of that, of what was done. Book burning, irrational people that really, the stick is the only thing that's really going to work with them, like Pengrove or whatever his name was said in the Telegraph. So where we are as Muslims is we are dispersed, we are scattered, we don't have, as of yet, a collective vision. It has not emerged. I mean, it will, by the promise of Allah and the Messenger. I mean, it will emerge. I don't have